Is it starting? Is it going? Is it streaming? Oh. Oh, I forgot the light. Hey, hello. Who turned off the light? Well, I did. Let's see if it makes a difference. Oh, goodness. It takes a while to set this up. This is like bright light. Bright light, bright light. Do I need this? Why not, right? I don't know. I don't know. Is it important? I am not sure. I don't know. I'm just turning it off. The most important thing is that we are here together. Hey, good morning. What's going on? Something pretty interesting. If you have a library card, you just have a gateway to a lot of really great resources, not only books. And a lot of times you don't really need to live in the area that you're a member of the library. Maybe it's like an old address, but you're still connected to a certain library, like New York Library or a Los Angeles Library, Chicago Library, Minneapolis Public Library, like a bigger library system. Even if you've moved away, you can still use the digital library. And there are so many awesome resources. Hey, good morning. My eGPU is graphics card thing is really scrambling the chat, so I can't really see who has joined. But good morning and thank you for joining. Most important thing is that we are here together. So the public library has all of these resources that you can really tap into. And one of them has been lynda.com, which was sold in 2015 to Microsoft via LinkedIn. And now it's called LinkedIn Learning. And a lot of public library systems have this totally for free, where you can take any course. And that is how I got my foundational learning in WordPress, is by lynda.com videos, which is now LinkedIn Learning. And the public library system nationwide has some, usually, I don't want to say for sure, but even where I am, the Oklahoma public library system, it's called the Pioneer Library System for Oklahoma City and Cleveland County, is on LinkedIn Learning. So you can have the entire platform, and there's so much that you can learn. One thing that I've really benefited from on LinkedIn Learning, lynda.com, was not only WordPress, but also the GitHub courses, like learning how to make versions. So a lot of people think of GitHub as like a repository for all your code, but you can make repositories for versioning. So I can't imagine why you wouldn't be able to do something like this for other applications. Let's say you're creating some content, or you're doing some kind of video application. You could probably use it for versioning. I'm not sure. I'm kind of just bringing that out of the air. But things like GitHub, where it might be kind of expensive to take a course. Like, I've got a number of Udemy courses that I actually did spend some coin on that I thought I would use, and I just haven't used them. So this is like a no easy way, no money down way to learn some new things that you might not have really ventured to learn if it wasn't free. And then you can stop the class if you're not into it, which is kind of hard to do if you've put down, like a few $100 for a course. Or even in my case, let's say you pay for the first version, the full freight, and then the updated version, like on Udemy, sometimes they have sales for $11. So I won't take the first course. I'll enroll in the second course for the $11, and I still won't take that course. I have this iOS development Swift course that has just been sitting there, because I know once I start those courses, I go into such a rabbit hole mode that I really can't do anything else. So that's why I've been avoiding it. I have my screen sharing thing all ready to go, just in case we want to look at something or if you have questions. Let me just check out the chat and see what's up. Hey, good morning. I am just having a hard time actually seeing the chat. I don't see any comments here. But this eGPU, it scrambles Chrome, let me tell you. Let's see here. I didn't use that. I don't know what she's talking about. Let's see here. Oh, so I'm not live right now? What is going on? I'm not sure. It looks like I'm live on Instagram and stuff. I'm not, I don't know what's going on. So I got a couple of new toys. I had to get a new phone, so I got the iPhone Pro Max. And I find it to be giant. It's kind of like a phablet. It's the size of my hand, which, I mean, I don't have like super large hands anyway. But this thing is rather large. Love the camera, and so far it is kind of like too big for my hand. I still have my old phone too. I like to get a clear case and decorate with stickers. And also in this case, I've got feathers that I found. So yeah, here's the difference. Both will cover my head fully. And this is the newer one. It's quite bigger. I think it's 6.7 inch or something like that in diagonal. But it's just enough to be like, it barely fits in my hand, which was kind of a bummer. The one thing I did like is when I was able to transfer this phone to this phone, I just put them nearby, which is not a new feature, but something about the authentication keys have changed, and I can't remember exactly what it's called, but I was logged in to all of my accounts. One thing I loathe about upgrading and getting new phones is just that waiting of like, oh God, now I have to log into every single app, which I hate. Just because I've got 2-factor on everything. So logging into apps is just like not that fun. And not only that, but I have an authentication program, and I was able to log right into that too. Things like, just able to log right in. I don't know if it's going to have like my crypto keys, my crypto wallet. I probably will need to log into that. But it was pretty interesting how it was like totally seamless changing phones. It did take a while. So I've got a work phone, and I was using this, which it just looks so adorable. It's just so cute, and it's got a stand. But I can't really see this thing. I love the stand. I love that it's pink. I love this rose gold color. Like, I love it. Let's see here. All right, had to log into this system here. It's a lot better than trying to see this. So I do like having the bigger screen. And now I'll actually answer my work calls. No, I'm just kidding. I answer my work calls. But I have 2 phone numbers, 2 locations to serve you, one in Oklahoma and one in Southern California. So I've got these 2 phones and 2 phone numbers. One goes to the answering service, and I use Smith AI, which I love. I love Smith. It really helps so much to have an answering service. They're very friendly too. Very friendly, very polite, and they have like this way of talking to your customers that they really think, that receptionist like works there. There are some receptionist service that I have called, and I'm just like, hey, is this the answering service? And they won't admit it. I'll be like, can I take a message? Um, they won't admit to being the answering service, but they sound very cold. But Smith is not like that. They are so friendly. Let me just take a moment to see if there are any comments here. Checking up on the comments. So weird. I wonder what I'm streaming to, because it says I'm live on Instagram. And it looks like there's like, folks. So kind of strange. But yeah, something a little personal too, while we're on the topic, is I applied for a job 2 weeks ago. And I have been working for myself for, gosh, yeah, really, 2007. 2008 is when I had to transition out of the union. Hey, hello. I was working in the Hollywood Union in stage crafting, in audio and stage, stage technicians union. And I had an injury, and I transferred over to IT. So I've been doing IT for all these years now. And there's this company that I really feel passionate about. Like, I'm just like, all right, I really want to be a part of this. I don't know what they're doing. They're like in stealth mode. It's a startup. I'm just like over the moon. There's so many people that started at Apple, that are not started at Apple, that were like honchos at Apple and the software design team, that are just like incredible. And I just really wanted to work for this company. I don't need a job. Like, this is my job now, creating content, and I do my consulting, and I'm, just fine, happy person. But I really wanted to be a part of this company because they're awesome. Like, they're making that next big technological shift. They're going to be right there. And I just felt super passionate about it. And then the guy that I met with, he was a really nice guy, really interesting. But I made the mistake of leading with some information that was wrong, like just trying to start conversation and show interest. I was like, so are you from this area of the world, or this was your company from here? And it really was wrong information that was on the internet. And the guy was like, no. And I was like, oh man, okay, that could have been great, but it went the wrong way. And then there were some questions that came up in the interview that kind of didn't show confidence. Like, he said, like, hey, well, when you work for someone else, you actually have to show up at work during work hours. And I was like, yes, I know that. Like, that's such a basic thing. So there were some surprising questions that came up in the interview. And then another odd thing that happened was, at the end of the interview, he basically, just the abridged version, he was letting me know that there were so many qualified people interviewing that I most likely didn't have a chance at getting a second interview, or getting the person who's hiring for the department to even notice me. And then he was like, okay, well, thanks so much. I learned a lot from this conversation. And I was just like, I mean, he didn't even ask me like if I had any questions, or it was just kind of like, all right, well, you have no chance. This was a very educational call. I was just like, it was pretty stunning to me for, well, up until today. And that was the first week of April. And now I'm finally kind of coming out of it. Like, huh? That was 2 weeks of my life. All right. Well, pretty interesting indeed. It doesn't always go your way. It just doesn't. It just doesn't. But it made me recognize that something very strange has happened over this last, gosh, yeah, it's really been since right around the holidays, I would say November, where I started taking these courses about creating content and influencer marketing and all this stuff. And did you know I kind of had to like turn around yesterday and say like, oh wow, I am a full-time content creator now. And I mean, my channels are small. My biggest channel is Instagram. I've got 8,000. I've got 6,000 followers on TikTok, and which is not a lot for TikTok. And I've got like my Facebook and, 700 people on my Twitter. It's just, not a large community. But even with a smaller community and not millions of followers, not even, I mean, no, I probably have like between all the things a community of 20,000. But I'm doing this full time. Like I'm earning my living. I just replaced my full time consulting job, which was lucrative, with content creating, which is also lucrative. Big surprise. That is a big surprise to me. Um, so I think that we can all do this if you want to. There are a lot of opportunities right now, and it's surprising to me to think like, hey, you know, maybe this is the thing, but it is definitely a thing. So I guess my point is that, gosh, like life just takes you on uncertain twists and turns. And sometimes the universe says to you, yes, but not this way and not right now. But in my case, the universe is saying yes, but not for these people, for yourself, and you're going to be just fine. And I'm really still, obviously, just a big fan of this awesome company that I really do want to be a part of. But I can be a part of it in a journalistic way now. I can be an outsider looking in. I don't have any expectations. I don't need to get my heart broken by people who don't meet the expectations. I never get to be disappointed because there's nothing there. It's like, okay, all right, cool. Um, One thing that I thought we could do is yesterday. Let me just bring this screen over here. No, then I'll move to screen share. Let's see if I can open this up. I gotta connect to my server, I think. No, I don't. It's already connected. I've also already used 12 terabytes of server space, and I have 4.5 terabytes free on my server. I don't know how that happened. Hard work. Hard work pays off. So what I thought I would do is just show you kind of what I worked on yesterday. I really wanted to do some keyframing on this project, but instead I just kept it really simple. Let me show you, see if this all comes up. Yeah, here. Let me just switch to screen share. Okay, yeah. Let's go to full screen. Hey, hello puppy. We're gonna go here. And then where did I go? Did I disappear? I'm still here. I'm still here, I'm telling you. I guess that's supposed to be me. Oh, hi! So I'll just put myself over on this side so you can see. I'll just make myself kind of small. And here's my project. Oh, I guess I just do it from here. Do, 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 do. Oh, actually, I'll go over here. All right, yeah. Well, yeah, I'll just sit and hang out right here. So this is one of my clients. He is a productivity coach, and I'm just gonna bring up Let's see if I can just go to the original. So this is my original. Let's see if I'll be able to preview. Yeah, this is my original that I had to work with here. As you can see, it's just a tripod shot, and it's pretty blown out. The white balance is a lot. Here's the logo that I have. And then this is what I did with it. So changed perspective here. I just kind of used the transform tool and I went over to the side. I don't know. Come on, man. Every time I swipe with 2 fingers, this comes out. Come on. What I'm really trying to do is go over here. I have to use this. So here I was able to create this title, and I use these Final Cut FCP effects for my plugins, and that's this, what you see here. And I can change my positioning. So I don't know, let's just check. Is this minus? Let's go minus 100. And to bring it down. Rotation. Yeah, I guess you could rotate if you wanted to do that. But ugh, yuck. The one thing I wish I could do with this is move it up to the top. That would have been a lot better, but I could not do that. So in my project, I learned something really cool too here, that you can actually transform your projects. Like if you're here, you can actually modify this. So I could change this into a vertical video. I don't want to do it because... Okay, I'll do it. Let's see if I can Apple Z this. Yeah, that's good. So you can actually modify your project size just right from here, which I don't know if that's a new feature. I had tried to do this in previous iterations of Final Cut to no avail. Like, I could not do it. I keep my frame rate at the standard video size, and then I like to go up to the highest resolution I could get, which is 1080 squared on Final Cut. And then, so this is my project, and keywords, that's pretty cool. I never use that. So within this, I created like a couple of different things, a couple of different lower thirds, like with my call to action, little bonus, and then my final was just an announcement about this. And also, I really needed to bring some color back into his face, because as you can see, let's see, this is really hot. You know, this white balance is totally off. So when I went to my final project, without changing his skin tone, I was able to just calm that brightness down by using this white balance plugin and just kind of dialing it back. It got pretty warm. I actually like this warm light. I think that's a nice structure. But for this purpose, I did dial it back a little bit so that it was like a 50-50 mix. Another thing that I'm finding, I know he shot this on the iPhone 12 Pro, and it has an HDR video capture. It turns out pretty weird. It's either STR or HDR. I think it's it shoots in HDR and it comes in to Final Cut as SDR. And what you're supposed to do is use the tool, Hdr Tool here, but honestly, it does not work super well. So I'm going to go to HDR. I've got 2 HDR solutions here in my plugins. So when I go to HDR, I've got 2 solutions. So I've got an HDR plugin, and then I've got HDR Tools, which is part of Final Cut. So if I just grab this HDR tool and put it in here, I'm just going to go to take this off and then put it back on again. So it is, I think I have to look more into what this actually does. There's an effect for it. I know that it has to do with the white balance when I use the plugin. Like here, if I were to, I'm going to take this HDR tool. So this is the selection that you want to make if you get something that is natively HDR. It'll go into Final Cut as an SDR formatted clip. If you're using something like Premiere Pro, there's an automatic conversion, but that automatic conversion does not happen in Final Cut. So heads up there. You might be in for a big surprise. And it's weird because this is supposed to be this super rad 4K video capture. But when this footage came to me, no, it was not 4K. It looks blurry. It looks straight up blurry. And see how this background stuff, it's a little soft focus, like a lighting kind of shadowy effect. But this is kind of crisp. The artwork in the background, and he's out of focus. So it's either he didn't allow it to focus, or I don't know. I think it was just an automatic touch and go. And I'll show you what this HDR Tools does too. This plugin, this is my HDR plugin. HDR Tools, this is native to Final Cut. This is a plugin that I bought. So this looks super sweet on any kind of sky, let's say. You can make clouds look amazing with this. And let me just grab this clip, HDR plugin. So basically, you want to turn the highlights in the highest range. It's almost like a boost. So you want all the shadows to go away and to smooth everything out. And then the shadows, you kind of want to make this look like a negative. To like dial this down or dial it up. Now it's like to dial it down so that the shadows take over. And then the final step in this is to go to none and then just kind of like bring it back. And this is the effect. On a person, I don't think this really works. It does give kind of like a desaturated effect. This is the before. Let's just see.
Workshop. Anyway, hope to see you there. Take care. Have a good day. And we'll see you online.
I mean, it could be cool for like a filter kind of vibe. And it definitely makes things, the structure, a little bit better. Like it gives it some shape. Because this is too much of a soft kind of focus. Maybe I could have, in this case, when I get clips and they just kind of pop up like this, I take a look in Premiere. I've got Adobe Premiere Rush that I prefer that over the Premiere Pro. I just haven't even really messed with Premiere Pro too much. I just keep it simple. Hey, on Instagram. Hello, hello, and welcome. I'm just going to look at my phone and see. Let's see. Just taking a look at the comments. All right. So that's basically how I do things. Oh, let me just mirror this for you. There you go. There you go, Instagram. Probably YouTube too. It was backwards. But now it's not. Now it's not. But then I'm not there either. So, hello. So yeah, that's what I'm doing every day. Editing videos, creating content. I've got a few things that I have to do for clients. Oh hi. Oh hi. And today I'm going to this workshop. So that'll be pretty cool. It's like a getting organized. He's a organizational and productivity coach. So his workshops are pretty rad. Go to this address, gobytes.info to learn more. But his methods are really good. He combines like atomic habits, um, getting things done, and other organizations. The Eisenhower method to create organizational systems, which is actually really, really helpful, especially if you've got a lot of things going on at once or just pandemic fatigue. If you've got pandemic fatigue, this is good too. Just some organizational tools so that you're not using your energy that you might not have. So, yeah, I guess that's all I have for today. I started off thinking a few things. Like, I definitely want to talk about this. Oh my God, I love this. The VR headset, this is the Oculus. So, I'm going to play with this after I'm done here and see if there are some like exercise apps. And just bust out the yoga mat and this. It's pretty sweet. Even though it looks like all green screeny, it's really an Oculus. I guess I'll just go like, I don't know. Anyway, hey, thanks for joining me. Thanks for watching and being a part of our community. Learning a little bit more about tech every day and seeing just, how things are doable. And they are. They are. The impossible is possible. So let's keep our focus on the impossible being possible. So dream big. Thanks for joining. Thanks for watching. I sure appreciate you. And I guess that's all I've got for today. I'm feeling grateful, and I'm kind of glad that things didn't turn out as planned. My plans don't always work out, but the universe is always conspiring for our greatest good. So that's what's what. That's what's what. Thanks for stopping by. I sure appreciate you. And I'll see you later. Bye.